Welcome back to Alchemical Astrology. I am your Skydance interpreter, Melusine, with the lunar cycle report for the last supermoon of 2022 in the cardinal Earth sign of Capricorn. We started our cycle with a watery new moon in the motherly sign of Cancer and took the opportunity to offer up ourselves some necessary self-care and nurturing. The culmination of this waxing phase takes us to the masculine side of the spectrum and points to the places where father figures and male role models have impacted our lives and what we might be needing in the way of adjusting our perception of patriarchy as authoritative, disciplinarian, and limiting in its power over our psyches. In a previous report, I explained the phenomenon we label as a supermoon. This has bearing on the energies that come into play over the next 2 weeks as we transition into the fixed fire sign of Leo, as it affects the tides and our own internal fluid mechanisms. Saturn rules Capricorn, and Saturn is about structure, foundation, and institutions. We are bearing witness to the irreversible dissolution of many systems that previously represented order in our societies, and this is radically impacting us on a global scale. Economies are failing and conflicts are reaching a fevered pitch internationally with respect to resources and supply chain. This is the manifestation of Mars in Taurus rapidly approaching conjunction to the North Node and Uranus. What makes this a difficult moon to navigate is also the conjunction to Pluto, planet of power, death, and rebirth. In mundane astrology, as I have mentioned before, the moon represents the people, and proximity to Pluto triggers power struggles, as the means by which the masses are manipulated are being revealed and imbalances are brought into the harsh light of day to be corrected. A word of caution, as Mercury opposing the moon is fertile ground for communication becoming emotionally charged and unstable. Combine this with a square to Chiron by both luminaries as well as Mercury, and you have a prescription for healing that targets toxic masculinity and the use of brute force to achieve one's aims, to be transformed by a concerted effort on our parts to create a safe space where we can find a way to cooperate and combine our skills to ensure everyone has their needs met. And this is where the alchemy comes into play. The benefics aren't in a position to contribute much, as Jupiter is unaspected in this configuration. The planet of expansion is in Aries, 8 degrees away from Chiron, so the best we can hope for from the greater benefic is an emphasis on where the healing needs to take place in each of us. Venus makes a positive aspect to Saturn, but simultaneously is squaring Neptune, so any validation one may be seeking in terms of previous support mechanisms is not likely reliable, and discretion is necessary. Trust your instincts and inner guidance, as they will never steer you wrong if you take the time to be still and listen. As I mentioned in my July summary, the end of the month brings a tense combination of alignments with Uranus, Mars, and the North Node. The potential volatility is building, and we need to stabilize, anchor, and maintain healthy boundaries as we proceed to establish a new playing field that emphasizes teamwork and mutual respect. This is why I would recommend having some Black Obsidian on hand, as this is a perfect stone for protection against hostile chaotic energies. It is created from pure lava, the core of Pachamama, and as such brings the fierce lioness guarding her cubs' energy into the space. Obsidian aligns our root chakras so we don't fall into survival mode and become aggressive in order to guarantee our nourishment is maintained at all costs. Obsidian also addresses our shadow side and clears emotional blockages and negative thinking that can lead to addiction. It is particularly useful in flushing toxicities related to liver and gallbladder, where we store anger and righteous indignation. This brings me to the magnificent Milk Thistle. There are many reasons to be enraged by the state of the world and how many people are suffering from abuse and mistreatment because of their race, gender, or belief systems. The milk thistle as a tea can rid the body of accumulated anger, bringing relief to the main filter organ of the body, the liver-gallbladder complex. Poor dietary habits, environmental toxins, and stress cause a great deal of damage to our internal organs, and the symptoms of this imbalance are hugely debilitating and potentially life-threatening if not caught in time. The milk thistle, combined with dandelion, is a perfect antidote, and its appearance everywhere is a clear indication that nature is playing its part in showing us where we need healing. So instead of calling these gifts from Creator simply weeds, we should harvest them with care and gratitude. If we all decided to walk through the world with this attitude on a daily basis, much of what we are grappling with would be rectified. Let's focus on flushing the toxic with the help of this full moon and work our way together towards a brighter future.